Greetings and salutations, my great friends. Welcome to part 2. Become a hero in your life. Become a hero to your family. Become a hero to your friends. Become a hero to your team. This is part 2 about becoming a hero. It takes passion. That's the big lesson here. What are you passionate about? But I'm going to tell a story from my very own life, because I really feel like stories are the best way to convey a message. And we're going to start with a question. When you were growing up, did your parents ground you when you were a bad boy or girl? Did your parents ground you when you were a bad boy or girl? My parents, who I love, they didn't ground me. They went an extra step. They told me I couldn't go fishing, because it was essentially the same thing. When I was a young man, I had this humongous dream to grow up to be the next Bill Dance or Jimmy Houston. They were famous TV fishermen at least in the 80s is what I knew about. That was my dream. So when I was naughty, they would tell me I couldn't go fishing. And on the path to becoming a professional fisherman, developing the skills necessary to become a professional fisherman, like so many of you in your own lives, suffering happened. Beat up, bad report card, parents who abused you, whatever it was. Suffering happened. And I no longer believed that I deserved to grace the TV of millions teaching them how to fish. Quite frankly, for most of my life, I thought I was a worthless piece of crap. And it started way back then. And what happened there is I shifted into a stage of my life that I refer to as lukewarm Johnny. My passion, my excitement, it was gone. It had seemingly died. And my new dream was simply to get promoted at the grocery store that I worked in. And by the way, there's no diminishing that role. We see how critical it is right now. But for me, I went from wanting to be a pro fisherman to just literally hoping I could make it to stock boy and then eventually to manager. And I wanted to make it to manager because I wanted to buy my happiness and my passion back. I thought I had to buy it back. And I really believe a lot of people around the world, they believe they've got to buy their happiness back. They've got to buy their passion back. That's where I was. And I wanted to buy my passion back so I could get a house, so I could get a white picket fence, so I could get a golden retriever, so I could get a wife, all of these external things that I thought would create happiness in my life. And darn it, in 1995, I got exactly what I asked for. I got promoted at the supermarket job. I got the wife, I got the dogs, I got the house. And let me be clear, I was incredibly thankful for all of that stuff. There was not one part of me that wasn't thankful for it. But I remember thinking to myself every single day, is this all there is to life? Being lukewarm Johnny? And my question was answered on Taco Wednesday night, not Taco Tuesday night. We actually started earlier than that, and it was Taco Wednesday. My wife and I were eating dinner together. I had the old El Paso crunchy corn shell dripping down my lip. The sauce, it's kind of a sloppy eater, was a sloppy kid. And my wife asked me, "Hey honey, what did you do at work today?" And I launched in to this highly passionate diatribe. I said, "Honey, Wednesday is display building day for the sales and the BOGOs on Thursday. And you won't believe it, honey. I took 20 cases of tuna fish, spring water and oil, and I cascaded it like a waterfall down the middle of Hellman's mayonnaise. I had the full fat on one side. I had the low fat on the other side. I said it was a tuna and mayonnaise masterpiece. And I said, you won't even believe this. I said, I took the BOGO Wonder Bread and I built a wall of it. I made this like Leonardo da Vinci of tuna displays. I said, people are going to have a damn good sandwich. I mean, I didn't even get into the part how I had built this little shelf of pickle relish. You got to have pickle relish in your tuna salad. And if you don't like pickle relish in your tuna salad, you will never get out of the porta potty. And then after I got done, I took a breath. And she looked at me. And I looked at her. And I realized the passion still was buried deeply inside of me. But it was in that moment that I also realized there is a God, and He put me down here, and He put me down here for a mission. And that mission was not building massive Mayo monuments to the Hellman's gods. No false idols. Even though it does make a tasty sandwich, and actually part of a balanced diet. But that my life was meant for much, much more. And at that point, at 22 years old, I stepped into the manager's office the next week, and I told him, it's not for me. I went back to an hourly role. I went back to the University of Central Florida, and I finished my bachelor's degree in education in 2000. And 25 years later, as a coach who coaches people all around the world, as a speaker who spoke all over the United States about becoming who we're created to be, I have learned a ton of lessons. But the lesson that I want to leave you with today, what are your dreams? What are you doing about them? What are you truly passionate about? How can you become a hero to others? But really one last big question. Because they had to pay me to give up on my dream of being a professional fisherman. So how much were you paid to give up on your dreams? How much were you paid to give up on your dreams? Because to become a hero, live a life of your dreams. Go passionately towards those dreams. Surround yourself with people who encourage you to live those dreams. And don't settle for second best. God created you to become the greatest version of yourself. See you next week.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. I want to leave you with 3 things to think about. 1, live your life with passion. Number 2, don't give up on your dreams. And number 3, please hit like and subscribe.